Guys, welcome back to another video. I'm about to go into surgery, but I'll see you for me in like 2 hours time, and then hopefully for you in like a minute time. We'll see how it goes. If I make it to the next part, all good, then that means it's all good. I just thought about it for a second. Maybe post-anesthesia, you don't really want to hear my Bitcoin analysis, so I'll tune in a little bit later.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, first of all, before we jump into the Bitcoin analysis, I mean, the comments on the last video was really incredible. Thank you all so much for your support. You have no idea how much it meant to me. Like, it made things much easier, much better. So thank you all so much. Really means the world. I'm still in. I mean, I had the operation just like 9 hours ago, so there's like 3 incisions in my body which hurt like crazy, and I can barely walk. But I did the moon show, and I wanted to come and do the video here because I think there are some important things to talk about. But just one more time, thank you all so much. Really means the world. Very funny story with my anesthesia. It was as soon as my anesthesia was over, like I was waking up from the surgery, I remember asking the nurse, and you can let me know if you have any other like funny sort of after post anesthesia moments, because apparently it's a common thing where you say some stupid things sometimes after your anesthesia is coming down. But I told the nurse, hey, is my other email account inside? Are they still doing the operation on my other email account? And she was like, okay, yeah, just rest a little bit. But yeah, that aside, let's go over into the price action for Bitcoin, because we actually came to the level that we expected. In the past few videos, over on the Moonshow channel, over on this channel, we expected Bitcoin to retrace to $111,000, which we've done because the CME gap was there, the value area low was there, the bull and bear market support band was there, so we've done all of those things perfectly. So like until 107.5, I'm still not concerned. There's very good support at 107.5. The time where things get concerning is primarily located on that rising wedge chart I shared yesterday. If the chart loads, we can take a look into it. So the rising wedge chart, if we fall below, the 107 area, you would also be falling from the support line of this rising wedge. In that event, if you get a weekly candle below this 107.5 or 108, if you get a weekly body candle close, then unfortunately, I think Bitcoin's move to the 54 simple moving average is going to be quite quick. It's going to be quite fast. And that's currently at $100,000. That will probably trend into the 101, 102. It could even happen in like one weekly candle. So heads up, you don't want to see Bitcoin doing this. But because we're in a bull market, because M2 money supply is still heading to the upside, I'm overall optimistic. It's just warning bells on Pinex and Weeks, which I'll have links for the trading bots, which is Pinex, and then Weeks in the descriptions down below for this video. Like, that's the time where you want to be getting sort of concerned, because this level is going to be tested. In my opinion, if we are to see a break below this line of support, what will likely end up happening is that Bitcoin comes down to the 54 simple moving average, bounces back into the bull and bear market support band, which will be around there, and then momentum weakens, and you likely have a crash into Q1, Q2 of 2026, where we experience a minor bull market, but minor bear markets, but it's going to be a bear trap. I talked about this in detail on today's daily crypto live stream, but I want to mention it here also. So I think there's going to be a mini bear market, which takes you into the 71 to 69 areas. All right, and I think this will take place in Q1 or Q2 of 2026. But if you look at the overall trend, the trend is still going to be bullish. So everybody will be calling for a bear market. Obviously, this will be painful enough for price action. But the reality is, I just think that, that's going to be some sort of a bear trap. If you look at quantitative tightening comments from Fed Chair Powell yesterday, Fed Chair Powell said quantitative tightening is coming to an end, which means the Fed is going to slowly stop selling assets in its balance sheets. And then in the next 6 months' time, I think they could be starting to allocate capital back into their balance sheet. Let's say 6 to 7 months. Once that happens, the global liquidity index, which is 80% made up of the Fed's balance sheet, that will start going to the upside again. And then we get good enough liquidity that can take us into a continuation of the bull markets. This cycle, from a monetary policy point of view, is very different. It's very different. We're not expecting the same sort of drastic rate cuts that happened in the cycles before us. We're not having that Keynesian boom and bust cycle of interest rates this time around until about 2028. We're not expecting any sort of vigorous rate cut. So I think there's going to be fake outs for the bears, and then we actually end up continuing to the upside. And that's my sort of macro prediction. For the immediate short term, this is the pattern to be watching out for. If you break below the support line of this continuation triangle, then 107.5 is going to be the target for Bitcoin. But in a nutshell, that's all of the stuff that I wanted to cover from a TA perspective when it comes to Bitcoin. For Ethereum, still bullish, still in the bull flag, bull bear market support band tested, bullish pennant resistance turned into supports, all the good stuff you want to see. From breaking news side, US government has seized about $15 billion worth in Bitcoin, adding it to their strategic reserve. It's good and bad. It's good because this Bitcoin are not going to be sold during Trump's presidency because he signed an executive order that whatever Bitcoin reserve they have will not be sold. That's the good news. But the bad news is a next president can overturn that unless you create a strategic Bitcoin reserve bill that's still in the works. But FYI, now they've become the second largest Bitcoin holder in the world, should be the largest after Satoshi Nakamoto. Then you had the CEO of the largest asset manager in the world, Larry Fink, who has the most successful ETF in history with IBITs, reached over $100 billion in assets, mentioned that we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, yes, including ETFs. Larry Fink, on his positively evolving attitude towards crypto, says, I grow and learn. Good lesson here, because he thought that crypto was a scam before. And all of that tokenization will initially start off on Ethereum, and then these big institutions and these big issuers will create their own layer ones to do the tokenization. But the first point of contact is going to be Ethereum. You've seen this already with Ondo Finance, but that's just scratching the surface. So that's why overall, I think Ethereum can still reach $8,000 in this cycle. Guys, that's it for today. Good news for Solana and XRP, but I'll cover that on tomorrow's video. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please destroy the like button. Honestly, I'm still in so much pain, but I really wanted to make this update video for you anyways. But thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye, guys.